right? Shalom, shalom. Here again to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom and to speak about the upliftment of the Heavenly Father's chosen people and ultimately the upliftment of Yahweh Shai, his only begotten Son. So first and foremost, let's give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Wakakodash.
All right? Double eyes to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to you out there pushing this word out with truth and sincerity. All right? Now we see certain things, like we said, this is the year of the turn up, man. All right? So things are happening, which we already knew was going to happen. Okay? But they're happening in sequence according to the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? He didn't give us exactly how everything was going to play out to the T. But we understand generally what's going on. All right? And the more we look into it, the more understanding we get. All right? So, matter of fact, let me get Daniel's the 4th chapter and the 17th verse out of it. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2.
Let me get Daniel's first. Okay, so
Daniel 7?
4 and 17.
Daniel 4. Daniel 4 and 17, and it reads that this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
So who rules in the kingdom of men? The Heavenly Father. All right. So he's the one that's in the head of all these things going on. Go ahead.
That the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of man.
Well, that's what happened. The Lord put these people in power. He put these devils in power. Okay, but ultimately He's going to be the one to take them down as well. What you got?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
So,
I, the Lord, do all these things.
So Yahweh does all that. He controls both sides. All right. That's why you'll have those Satanists. They'll say, "Oh, you see, he's creating evil," but all they do is evil. They don't do no good. Sacrificing babies and all this shit. That's what they do on the left-hand side. Okay. Different witchcraft and deception. That's what all they deal with is evil. The Lord is just omnipotent. This is His movement. Okay. See, they want to get that because their minds are on the level of the Heavenly Father. That's why He said His ways are higher than our ways. We can't even get it to a certain degree because we're not on that level. All right? That was it on that? Okay, you got something else? Go ahead, bro.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord has not done it?
So all the evil that's coming on this earth, the Lord is the one setting it up. Okay? When the scriptures say a sword is sharpened, well, ultimately the Heavenly Father is sharpening that sword. Okay? Even that whole situation that's going on in the Ukraine, the Lord is the one setting that up, man. Those people are catching hell right now, man. All right? You got fathers kissing their children about to go to war. All right? What you got, bro?
Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
I was thinking about that one, right? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. All right? Go ahead.
As the river of water, He turneth in wheresoever He will.
That's it. He's controlling it. That's why one day he'll be, okay, we're having peace talks. The next day, F you. All right? The next day, you know what? We don't want war. The next day, oh, we'll blow up this whole place. And we'll go to heaven. That's what Putin said, man. He said if we go to war, we die, and nuclear, we're going to heaven. So the Lord puts strong illusion in these people. But it's all for His purpose. Okay? The scriptures also say, I am against thee, O God. He's not with Putin. He's not with Russia. And he's definitely not with America. America's going to be completely destroyed, man. All right? You might have some pockets of Russia that's still around, but America, forget about it, man. That's going to turn to a desert. What?
This is Psalm 75 and verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Hold on. The Edomites got promoted. All right? The Edomites was in the mailroom. They were the janitors. He said, you know what? I want to make you the CEO. Me? You know, the Edomite would look all stupid. Me? You know, he's looking all crazy. And the Most High said, yeah, you. And He put him up in the position of a ruler. Well, really, clearly, by the way they rule and the things they say, they're not supposed to be in that position, man. They're supposed to be in servitude, man. Let's keep it 100, all right? You got Bill Gates talking about let's blow up, let's send a missile to the moon. What kind of man? What kind of, you know? Elon Musk, no, that was Elon Musk who said that shit. And then he's trying to put brain chips, and then Bill Gates saying all kind of madness. Oh, we need to bring down the population, you know? So that's why we set up these different things like the juice. And it went over these people's heads, man. Okay? He wasn't locked up, he wasn't taken for questioning. He was just allowed to say that. All right? And then you had this one devil, Carl Schwab, right? He's saying that the fourth revolution the fourth industrial revolution is gonna be the changing of people. Transhumanism. What do you think he's talking about, man? That's because these devils is actually trying to put a chip in these fools, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes 10.
But they'll say that, and these people, what? They don't know what the hell's going on. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an arrow which proceedeth from the ruler.
Yep.
Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Who's the rich? We're the rich. The Israelites, man. Rich in spirit. Okay? That's why all the talent comes from who? The Israelites. You don't go to East Africa to find talent, really. You go to the West Africa. Okay? You go to for the most part. But then again, right? And what proves it's not all of that. I can't even say that fully because you know what? Look at them Uganda, the ghetto kids. Those are all jigs. You seen the ghetto kids dancing? Who's seen that?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Come on, brother. I didn't see it. Hamite in there. Okay? I didn't see it. Hamite in there. Israel might have went up in there and said, you know what? I like this place. It's full of Hamites, man. All right? Because Jake is all around. But my point is this. That predominantly comes from the West because that's where the predominant Israelites are. All right? And above all, it comes from America because America has all the Israelites there, all tribes. All right, a great concentration. Go ahead.
Verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right, Esau. Esau's that servant, and he's ruling the earth. Okay, and he's not supposed to be in that position, man. All right. If you had common sense, you can look at these people and say these guys need to be taken out of power. Talking about, oh, let's have peace talks or marching. No, the people that's in power have to be completely taken out. That's the only way this earth is going to get back to a righteous state. Get me 2 Peter 3 and 13. What you got, bro?
Sirach 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Right, Esau's destroying the people. That's clear. Okay, look at his whole pharmakia institution. That's created to destroy people. All right, to give you an illusion of to mask the symptoms, but you're never healed. And when you do have an actual herb that heals you, you got to put on the box, so this is not medical information and this can't heal you. Because why? Because that would go against the interest of the pharmaceutical. I got to say it like that because, you know. Go ahead, bro.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Yep.
And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
He will set up over it one that is profitable, which is the Israelites under Yahushua. Esau's not profitable for the earth. Look at the condition of the earth. Okay? You can't tell me these people are profitable to the earth. Even though they act like, oh yeah, save the earth. What do you mean save the earth? Why don't you just stop the production of cars and start putting in a new system? Oh, they're going to do that, but to tax you for the carbon. You see what I'm saying? They could have done that. There's people came on plenty of inventions for cars running off of water and natural things, but those people end up dead. They end up missing. They end up just disappearing. Okay? Because it's not for their interest. That's what Esau's all about, man. What you got, bro?
2 Peter.
There's more than that?
No, that's it.
Go ahead, brother.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13.
Give me Isaiah 60.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens.
And brothers, raise up your voices, man. Let's get it.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wait, we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. This place is complete opposite of righteousness. They're trying to get as wicked as they can. All right? That's why they're pushing that alphabet thing, man. All right, so hard, because they're trying to get to this place as wicked as possible to summon those demons. All right? Because that's how the elites work. They work based upon demonology, man. All right? That's where they get their power, from the left-hand side. Why do you think so much children are missing in America? Got about 500,000 every year. That's not normal. You can't go into any kingdom and find 500,000 children just missing. Where did they go? Right? It's missing like you left your keys somewhere. Where are the children at? All right? They're conjuring up demons, man, through the sacrifices on the left-hand side. That's real. All right? That's why they got a big owl in the Bohemian Grove. What is it? It's like owls? No, that's actual god called Molech. What was he about? You had to sacrifice children to him, man. So that's how these elites rule, man. We got Psalm 64. Read that, bro. Hold up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, and verse 1. Hear my voice,
Isaiah 47.
O Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, in my prayers.
Here.
Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Right, who is the wicked? The Edomites. We keep telling you the Edomites are the wicked. They are that wicked race, all right? And it's not just a group of, oh, it's just the Rothschilds. No, it's the Edomites in general, right? But the head of them just happen to be the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, and these top banking families, man. All right? Go ahead.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Right, and Carl Schwab and these different Edomites that are at the forefront of this world right now, right? And setting up these different systems, all right? They're talking bitter words, man. They're saying some stuff that are so bitter, but they're saying it in a soft voice. Oh, well, technically it's Esau's favorite word, okay? And they got to have their legs crossed like a homosexual, all right? Oh, well, like Bill Gates got that soft voice. Yeah. But the things he's speaking about is draconian, man. No, get me that in Revelations, bro. Get me that in Revelations, man. Spoke like a dragon. You got it? All right, get me that in Revelations, because that's how he speaks. No, hold Psalm 64, though, okay? Because that's how he speaks, man. He's telling you that the fourth industrial revolution is going to be what? Transhumanism, the changing of people. And that other guy that works with him, he said, listen, the time for free will is over. All right? The free will of people, that's done. People having their own mind, that's done. That's what he said, live on camera, telling you what's getting ready to happen. All right? But they're not pushing that in the news, but even if they did, it would go over these dummies' head. Oh, I just hope he gets back to normal. It's not getting back to normal, stupid. Even if they stop this, there's something new that's coming.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Those two horns represent that so-called Republican and Democrat system, okay? It goes back to Rome even, was it plebeian and the patricians? Yeah. All right? It's the same system. That's why that beast whose deadly wound is healed is really just Rome. Okay? Now continue.
Back to Psalm 64.
And by the way, they're on the same beast. It's the same thing. Yep. They got Trump. We hope Trump saves us. Trump is working for them. Trump was set up to demonize a mindset. All right? The mindset of that conservative. Okay? That's what he was set up to do. Keep going, bro.
Psalm 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately.
Privately. They don't tell you what they're doing. All right? They do it in the private. They have those meetings, those secret meetings. All right? Even the UN meetings, there's certain levels where the press can't get into those levels. Go ahead.
It says, they sing, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Yeah.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
So they think deep on wickedness, right? So people will say, oh, that's far-fetched. No. They're far-fetched. Their mindset, they really want to become God on the earth. All right? This is what Esau's trying to do. And with that guy, what he said, he's like, oh, we're not going to change based on some invisible God in the sky. So that's that or they spoke great blasphemies against the Most High in His tabernacle. Listen, you so-called white people are the Edomites that the Bible speak of, man.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
Not all of you. Some of you are Israelites, all right? But the majority of you are Edomites. Okay? That's right. The diable. Go ahead, man.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth.
Yeah.
The wicked, through the pride of his countenance.
Through his pride. It's all through his pride. Okay? It's all because he's arrogant, you know? You see these Edomites, they walk by, they got their nose up in the air. It's that arrogant. And even when they talk to you, even if they try to talk nice, they're condescending to you. Right? Because Esau, all these things that's been pushed in his mind, has told him he is God. All right? Go ahead. Keep going.
It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High.
Yep.
The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
That's it, man. All right? Go ahead.
He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
That's what Esau's saying in his mind, especially those American Edomites. Okay? They boast on their military, but it's prophesied that America's going to be completely destroyed.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead, bro.
It says here, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Bro, like I always been saying, man, if you speak to an actual honest Edomite, he'll tell you what they say behind closed doors. They're not speaking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in a good light. All right? I had friends who were that they looked like Edomites, but they were actually Jakes. Their father was actually a Jake, but he just had, he was passing for an Edomite, right? And he would tell me, man, he told me straight. Now, they're always talking racist about black, because they don't think my father's a so-called black man. You understand? So if they'll tell you the truth, all right? The regular Edomites, they're going to act like, oh, race card. Don't let these devils fool you, man. Go ahead, man.
It said his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor.
It's privately set against the poor. Who's the poor on the earth? The Israelites. All right? You 12 tribes, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So his eyes are constantly against you. All right? Go ahead.
It says, he lies in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lies in wait to catch the poor.
Well, what's an example of that? The Planned Parenthood. All right? Margaret Sanger. All right? That was the devil lying in wait secretly. Because they set that up as, we're trying to help. But when you look at what her mission statement, we want to exterminate the so-called blacks. And that's prevalent, and Planned Parenthood is all around the country, all around America, in all the so-called black and Latino neighborhoods to this day. And it's working. All right? The so-called black one is the #1 abortionist on the earth. She's murdered up millions of babies a year, something like that, something crazy. All right? So don't tell me about how they love their children, man. Don't tell me that, man. Okay? Go ahead, man.
This is the book.
Because they're actually fighting for that. If you tell them, if you speak against that, they're gonna fight you for that. Their right to murder their children, man. This is the society you live in, man. Go ahead, man.
The book of Psalms chapter 10 and verse 10, he crouches and humbles himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, the Most High has forgotten. He hideth his face, you will never see it.
Right. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 73 and verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
They speak loftily. What does that mean? They speak loftily concerning oppression. That means if you tell them about your oppression, get over it. All right, that was the past. Get over it. That's speaking loftily. That's speaking proudly. Okay, you understand? But when it's them, they want justice. You understand? So that's how Esau operates, man. Go ahead.
They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walking through the earth.
Ooh, that's what I was looking for, because, like I was telling you, Carl Schwab, all right, and his associate, I forgot that guy's name. Bro, he straight up said, we're doing away with the idea of God, all right, we're moving to transhumanism. What does that mean? What does he mean by this? We're moving to transhumanism. Free will is over. That's what he said. All right, and no one's arresting him. No one's putting him in. Oh, he needs to be locked up. No. They're allowing him to do what he does, and he's at the forefront of this because he's an Edomite working for the elites. Get me Revelations the 13th chapter. You got it? Okay, read that.
Revelation 13 and 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies.
Right, and that's all blasphemy what he was saying. Go ahead.
And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
Yep.
And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle.
And that was that little season that he was. Oh, that represents the time span of that little season. Okay, the time they got back into power. Go ahead.
And his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
Right, and that's what he's doing. They're straight up, bro. Just listen. Just go watch Carl Schwab, man. All right, and his associate. I forgot the guy's name, man. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders,
Yeah.
so that he maketh fire come down from heaven and on the earth.
What is that speaking about? The nuclear missiles. All right. They're airstrike force. They can make fire come from heaven. That's them bombs, man. It's very simple. Go ahead.
In the sight of man,
Yeah.
and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
His technology. All right. And that's how he's going to deceive all these people, trying to show you a better way. Basically, he's painting to you heaven on earth. Oh well, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pull your credit card in the grocery store no more. You can just scan your hand. You know? Oh, why would you have to worry about where your child is? He got something in him that can detect where he's at, right? Go ahead.
It says here, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live.
Who is that beast that had the wound by the sword and did live? That's the Roman Empire. Okay, that was the beast, the first beast. All right, the one when his wound was healed, he became what? In this time, he's what? NATO and the EU. All right. Who's riding the beast? The horse, which is America. They're at the forefront of all of that. They run all of that. They control NATO and they're really the head of NATO and EU, man. That's that whore that rideth upon the beast. You see, the Christian church is not going to teach you this, man. That's right. All they're going to tell you is Jesus loves. But they don't have no breakdowns for you, man. Go ahead. Hold on. Keep going on that.
Verse 15. And he hath power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed.
And that's what we're coming to. The image of the beast represents their system. And if you're not down with the system, soon you're going to be killed. If Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not with you, you have no hope. All right? You can't call no other God. If the Most High of the Bible, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not with you, there's nothing you can do. All right? Go ahead.
He caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead.
That's speaking about that RFID. All right? That microscopic chip. All right? If you don't got that in your right hand and your forehead real soon, they're going to be promoting that to you. All right? And this is the only book that gives you the prophecy. It's not in the Quran. It's not in the Kibur Nigas. It's not in the Book of the Dead. All right? The ancient Egyptian scrolls. This is in the Bible. All right? Read it again.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads.
Right. What does the mark mean? That means charagma, which means what? Something that's inserted into you. Okay, so an incision. All right, go ahead.
And no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, right. So no one's going to be able to buy or sell without that mark. All right? So that's coming. That's the next step. All right? That's the next step. All right? So the World War III ain't going to happen until that happens, but the beginning of it is already here, man. The tensions are already here. All right? War is a process. You don't just start off, you know, the leader comes in, you don't like the way he looks, okay, I'm starting war. That's not necessarily how war starts, man. All right? It's a process, man. Right now, what's happening is it's an economic war. What proves that? Canada's talking about how they're going to sanction Russia Well, actually, they're speaking about how they're going to take out Russian vodka from the LCBO. Okay, well, okay, that's cool, but then Russia could do the same thing now. So what's that gonna happen? What's gonna happen with that? The things that you guys are gonna be looking to buy is gonna be more expensive as well. That's what the economic war is all about, man. Sorry. Finish that off. Go down.
Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast.
Amen.
For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Right. So that's Esau's favorite number. All right. And you know that's Joe Biden's favorite number because he always says it. Because he always mentions the number. Okay. All right. You don't gotta ask him what number you want for the lotto. Oh, give me my number. You know my number. Put all of it. Okay. All 13. Yeah, all 13. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right, and that's what Esau does, man. All right, he writes. All his decrees are unrighteous. Read what you got, bro.
This book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that
we're not here playing with you. We're just telling you the truth, man. We're not here to soothe you. That time is done, man. Right? The doors of mercy is either of the elect or not of them. Go ahead, man.
this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Right, and that's what we're doing. We're showing you your sins. Go ahead. You got something else.
This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
And that's what Esau's trying to establish. He's trying to establish his kingdom on earth forever. What are they? They're speaking about now, man in 2045 living forever. That's in the Time. I think it's in Time magazine. All right, 2045 when man will live forever, or immortal, or whatever they say. So they're trying to forge a blessing. They're trying to forge what was promised to us. But it's not going to work. You can't live forever in sin. It's impossible. The Lord didn't set it up like that. Okay. Matter of fact, give me that. The wages of sin, man. That's why we died That's why we died in the first place. Because Adam sinned following after Eve. After that, that's when men started to die on the earth, man. Okay. This is up. You got it, brother? Okay, go ahead. Read what you got, bro.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6 and 23. For the wages of sin is death.
Oh, you got it, okay, perfect. The wages of sin is death. All right? So when you do something, you get paid for it, right? Or you're supposed to, right? You do a job, and at the end of it, you get paid. Well, when you do sin, at the end of it, you get paid with death. All right? So that's just how it is. All right? So there's no way you're going to be able to forge the blessing to try to make yourself live forever. Okay? You have to do that through what? You're going through your house shot. Right? What you got, bro?
John 1 and 4. Whoever committed sin transgresses also the law.
Right. What law? The law of Moses. The law that was given to Moses. Okay? Go ahead.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Right, because the law is perfect, man. When you look at the laws of the scriptures, it's all set up to make the earth flourish, man. That's what it's set up for, man. To make the people flourish and make the earth flourish. But Esau does everything opposite to it because he's the man of sin. Going back to what? 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, man. The brother can grab that. Okay? There's more on that? Sit on that? Okay.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians,
Go ahead.
chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
That man got a garment. Oh my goodness. What? Oh my goodness. You don't see the man got a garment on? This is too much, man. We gotta get out of this. Wait. Go ahead, read that, man.
There's no fringes though.
Go ahead, read that.
It says here,
Christians. Let's speak about the love of the Christ. Go ahead, man.
it says here, and That man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That elves on his garment. Read that again.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come and follow him away first. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
That's what Esau is doing. He's showing himself. He's trying to be like he's the Heavenly Father, man. All right? But the Most High is going to show him that he's nothing more than a man. Okay? He's going to bring him down. You see? The time for Esau to rule and to deceive is that's about up. All right? Give me Revelations 20. All right? Verse 1. Got something behind it?
Sure. This is Job 20 and verse 5. That the triumphing. Salaki, I'm going to start at verse 4.
Yep.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
So Esau's not going to rule for too long, man, because he's a major hypocrite. That's right. Everything he does, the world is kind of looking at him like, oh, bro, what? You know? Like he's the standard of morality. Yo, you don't do this, don't do that. Don't oppress these people. But look at what Esau's done around the earth, man. Okay? So his triumphant is just for a moment. That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Yeah, when is he going to perish forever? Well, Obadiah 1 and 18. Matter of fact, get that. Get Obadiah 1 and 18. Go ahead.
Like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more.
Right. So Esau is here now. You see Edomites, but there's going to be a time you're not going to see no Edomites. Right? You're not going to see any of that pale skin, man. All right. Everyone's going to have melanin again. It's going to go back to as it was. Okay. Before Cain, because at one time Cain had melanin. Right. But then the Lord stripped that from him. All right. See, the Mormons, they try to twist it. Oh, Cain turned black. Oh, really? Oh, really? So you're telling me Solomon was of the line of Cain? Go ahead, man.
The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him.
That's it, man. Read that.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, and verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
Well, this is the end of you Edomites. You Edomites want to know about your end, or you're going to these soothsayers to find out your future. Well, this is your future right here. Go ahead.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Well, that's beautiful. That's poetic justice. Because Esau tried to exterminate our people, tried to exterminate many people. Okay? But he's the one who's going to be exterminated. Okay? Thus saith the scriptures in the kingdom. Okay? That's called, matter of fact, who got Psalms the 7th chapter?
Good.
Psalms the 7th chapter. Yeah, my high eyes. Read that. Verse 12.
Psalm 7 and verse 12. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained.
Well, what's the instruments of death? Those nuclear missiles. Who prepared it for him? The Lord. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors.
Yep.
Behold, he travaileth with iniquity. He hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made.
Right. And part of that is the nuclear missiles. Because he created those nuclear missiles to bully the earth. But he's going to be destroyed by the nuclear missiles. Well, that goes back to what Yahushua said. He that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. So Esau, that's how he lives, right? Matter of fact, get me Genesis 27 chapter. You know where I want that blessing that Esau got. Okay? That's how Esau lives, man. Go ahead.
His mischief shall return.
Go read it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Yeah.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Right. And that's how Esau lives, man. You can't tell me Esau doesn't live by his sword. All right? He lives by his sword, meaning the weaponry. Okay? Everything he does is by violence, man. All right? He's never been a peaceful people, right? Gad came over and he's trying to reason with him. Then after a while, Gad realized you can't reason with these people, man. All right? Because he's a beast, man, of nature, man. Let's be real. I mean, he's a human, but he has the mindset of a beast. All right?
And shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Ooh, right. And he did that in the time of what? In the time of King David. Okay? Go ahead.
And
Well,
Esau,
after the time of King David. After the time of Solomon, really. Go ahead.
verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Well, he's in that time, all right? Yeah. Right? Technically, who gave him the blessing? Huh? Yahushua. Right? Yahushua has been crucified, right? Well, he's coming back to take it away from him, man. See how that works? So these Edomites are done, all right? You have something more, bro?
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicators or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Well, Esau, you know what proves Esau's, this whole Ukraine thing proves Esau is a flipping profane, man. And he's not to be trusted, man. Because first, America promised them, we got you, you're going to join with us. And then when Russia came in, he said, listen, bro, that's not our problem. All right? So that's how Esau, you cannot trust the so-called women. You can't trust the Edomites. Not even other Edomites can trust Edomites, man. All right?
That's right.
You understand? Because they're liars by nature, man. Well, they made a certain treaty with Russia, and then the next president comes in, he disannulls it. Wait, what's going on here? They're covenant breakers. You know that one I'm thinking about? They're covenant breakers. Keep going on that, bro.
For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
So can the Edomite repent? No. There's no repentance for an Edomite, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 20.
I mean, it don't matter what you do, you can't repent. You can give Jacob all the I'm gonna buy PlayStation 5s for all the different Negro community. That's not gonna save you, man.
That's right.
Oh, you know I gave you extra 500 on the stimulus check. That's not gonna help you. All right? The only way for you to restore the pledge is to come in chains, man. All right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 20. He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant.
He has broken his covenant. Right? You go back to Gad. But before that, Esau's always broken covenants, man.
Right.
He's always been a covenant breaker, man. You see? Oh, well, it said that he broke the brotherly covenant when he wouldn't let us in. Wait a minute. There's supposed to be a mutual respect when you're close kids. That's why when Laban, right? When Laban, we came to Laban. Laban treated Jacob like a brother. Oh, my bone on my bone, hugged him, embraced him. Right? Well, Esau's the closest relative we have on the earth, really. And look what he did. Go ahead.
This is
more than that? Okay, you got something else? Go ahead.
It says 21, verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Ooh, that's it.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
That's how Esau operates. Oh, and even the Russians said, "Oh, we're not gonna invade. We're not gonna invade. You know, have the strap. No, it's on the border, right? They pull out the strap real quick. You know? You say, okay, he's a good guy. I'm not trying to be like the movies, you know. But they close it on the scene where he has the gun. Yeah. You know he's about to get shot. So, listen, man, I always love you. You're like a brother. You know, bam, bam, bam. Right? But that's how Esau operates. So no matter if it's a Russian Edomite or American Edomite, it's still an Edomite. The only good Edomite is a dead Edomite. Go ahead. We're not saying nothing. We're just we're saying a fact. I said we will do that. We're just saying this. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
I believe it was Henry Kissinger, right? The brother, right? Who said the brother from Vegas brought this out. Who said or the elder from Vegas, I can say, Karatazar, that said what did he say? What was the quote? He said to be an enemy to America could be dangerous, but to be a friend to America could be fatal. Showing you how these Edomites operate, man. All right, and Henry Kissinger said a lot of true statements because he was plugged in. Right? He said the military men are nothing but animals that are used for public global policy, something like that. That's what he said. All right? That was recorded. Of course, if you get him on camera, I'll ask that. All right? Go ahead.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee.
Right, because when you look at all these things that happen in the earth, man, you could really, a lot of these major things that you thought was just those other nations, really went back. Esau was behind it. Like I watched that Rwanda, Hotel Rwanda. That was gruesome when I was still a kid, man. I was like, God damn. Thank God I live in Canada. You know, in my head, bro, like, yo. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was savagery out there. I thought machete, they're just rolling around in machetes and just ready to chop up people. Bro, but when you go deep, it was America who started that shit. Right? So Esau is always in behind every wickedness that goes on the earth. But then he hides his hand like he didn't do shit. Alright? Well, he's being revealed, man. Read that again, bro.
Khan. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
Yeah. You shall find him there. Why is he there? Because he started it. All right, he committed it. All right, he did the wickedness. You know, that's how you see the cookie crumbs. When the cookie drop, you see a guy with the cookies on his face. You know, looking like Ashy Larry. You know. So then you're like, yo, you ate my cookies. Go, well, what? Where's your proof? You got the crumbs on your face, man. Go ahead, man.
And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his
hold on, you Israelites, you trust in this government. You trust in these Edomites. Get me Isaiah 31. All right? You actually trust in this devil. Matter of fact, Isaiah 30. Yeah. All right? You trust in this devil. Okay? Oh yeah, you got something. You got a juice. Oh, I'm not. They had this one so-called black woman. Looked like she came off a damn slave movie, man. Oh, I'm not asking what's in the concoction. I'm just putting my hand out and taking the. Anyone who listens to that shit, you deserve to be poisoned, man. Okay? Esau the devil. He's telling you nothing. He's telling you to do something, and you're not gonna even look into it. You're just gonna do it. Yo, you people, our people got mental problems, man. All right. I can understand these Edomites believing in their own people, which they shouldn't even trust their own government, man. Okay? They're not for their good either. All right? But you Israelites, wait a minute, you Gadites have a direct, and one of the major things in your history is directly tied to Esau's tricking. Yeah. Shit. Right? But you're taking the juice. So you get what who shall pity a man who's bitten by a serpent? Get that. All right? Oh, you got to go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going.
So they're simple. All right? That's what the Lord said, what? My children, they're sottish children, man. All right? They have no understanding. And you see the way they move, you can clearly see they have no understanding. They're just in la la land, man. And Esau set it up that way, man. Okay? And why do I say that? Oh, you leave everything to go to white man. Yeah, the reason I say that is because look at how you're living. You don't even have time to think. Right? All these people don't got time to think. Just working. You gotta wake up 9 in the morning. You know? You got your family to tend to, you got taxes to pay, you got this and that. Huh? You're working for tax. You're living in the same house with close quarters with your family. You don't even have your own tent. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no rest in this place, man. Go ahead, bro. Oh, so I'm okay. Go ahead.
Son, he will shake his head and clap his hands, and whisper much and change his countenance.
Something else? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 12:13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Right. Who will pity a charmer that's bitten by a serpent, man? If you're playing with a serpent, you expect to be bitten. Go ahead.
Or such as come nigh wild beasts.
Yep.
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with them in his sins, who will pity?
Right. You know a guy's wicked, and you're gonna go chill with him, and mischief happens. You know, you shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
You're chilling with a clown, right? A guy, you know, he's a gang member, right? You're chilling with him, but he got the blue flag on the left side, right? You know, he got a bandana scarf around, tattoo on his face, yeah. And, you know, I got to this beef up the street, and then you're walking with this guy going to the bar and shit, and then the blood guy comes up, and, you know, now you're in a fight. Now you're fighting for your life. But you're surprised. Well, you shouldn't have been chilling with him, bro. All right? I told you he was a crip. Right? You heard him say peanut crip side. Right? Go ahead, man.
Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Go ahead, man.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Right. Right? And then you're right. So yeah, we just read that before. That's a spirit, okay? Because that's in Esau's spirit. So and by the way, those Russians are cold-hearted, man. Those Russians are cold-hearted, bro. And all these Edomites are cold-hearted, but them Russians, man, they're stone cold with it, man. Because really, the Ukrainians are their people. They're the same exact nation. They're the same exact tribe, I should say. The Duke, right? The Dukes of Edom. They're the same exact Duke. But the way they're dealing with them cruel. There was a video of them just parading around a dead body, man.
Yeah.
The guy's head half blown up, parading around. So if they're gonna do that to their own kind, what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen to Jakes, man? When these Edomites get rolling, man, and the horn starts to come out, man. What do you think's gonna happen, man? When Sleepy Joe starts to wake up, what do you think's gonna happen, bro? Okay? Go ahead, man.
Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Woo! That's it. And I remember that thing I showed you, right? Where the Germans in World War II, what they did to the Germans, the Russians, what they did to the Germans. That was cold-blooded. I gotta do a video on that, bro. That's graphic. You know, they might take that shit down, bro. That's why they do a video on it before. Actually, maybe that's it. I don't know. But that's graphic, man. Okay? It was raping a little girl and shooting them in the head. They were doing all that shit. No, bro. No, not just they're running trains on them, and then shooting them in the head. That's what they were doing. Okay, and laughing about it. And you have women Russians laughing about it too. So them Russians they have a cold spirit on them, a cold. You know, they're not the same as the American. But the American Edomites, the devil. They're all the devil, bro. Let's just call it like it is. But the American Edomite might have more sympathy for another Edomite. You know. You see. He might not want to go and invade. Oh, I'm an American. This is unpatriotic. You know, he might get in that spirit. All right, but them Russians, they're not in that spirit. So wait till that war pops off. Okay, and you're what do you call that? A POW. You know, prisoner of war. They got you Jakes there. You think they're gonna show you? Oh, you want some teeth? No. All right, you're gonna see what's up, man. Go ahead, man. A little bit more? Go ahead.
Sirach 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness.
Well, hold on. Esau, all these things that's when they put them chemtrails out, it's hitting Edomites too. When they pollute the waters, it's getting Edomites too. All right. The juice, the Edomites is taking the juice too. So clearly Esau doesn't care about his own. So how much do you think he cares about you, Jace? So that's what I'm saying. So when Esau really gets down, man, they're gonna see what the devil really is, man. We're not just calling him the devil for no reason. We're not just saying it because it's a catchphrase. We just don't like the Edomites. Or we just don't like their skin color. No, we don't like you. Edomites have the spirit of the devil. Everything you do is that the devil would do. Oh gosh. Go ahead, man.
Verse 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. At the last he will declare his wickedness.
Well, that's it, man. So listen, man. You think Esau's doing something good for you? There's something that comes with that. Oh, the scriptures speak about be not greedy of a man, do not eat from a man that has an evil eye. Roughly paraphrasing. Because what? Because you will vomit it up. Meaning what? It comes with something. It comes with a cost. He's not just giving it to you out of the like if a brother gives you something, giving it to the brother out of the kindness of your heart because you care about it. You forget about the shit. Brother might say, "Oh, you did this for me." I don't know what did I do. I don't remember that. That might have been another brother who did that. You know, because you don't remember. But Esau doesn't operate like that. Esau, if he's giving you, he's calculating. You know, okay, if I give him this, then this might happen, and I can come in with this, right? And then we overtake him with this. That's how Esau thinks about it. Right? Salaki, you got something, Zakar?
This is the book. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
That's it, man. So we're drinking the wine of life, the bread of life. We're eating the bread of life. So we're speaking life. So Esau, everything he does is pertaining to death. Everything he says is pertaining to death. Got something else?
This is Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Ooh.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
Man, listen, it's about to get grimy out here, man. It's about to get grimy. I can see it, man. I can see it. Yeah. All right? You got to watch these different things that happen in these different countries because these things are coming to this side too, man. All right? Give me Jeremiah the 15th chapter. These things are coming to this side too. All right? I'm seeing how them people are acting, man. Them people are scared, man. All right?
It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
And that's gonna happen. That is gonna happen. All of this pride that you see here now, soon it's gonna be a thing of the past. All right? Go ahead.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Well, that's it, because Esau's he's gonna get to a point where between Russia and America, where they're not gonna accept any negotiations. All right? They're gonna try to buy them off, and it's not gonna work after a certain time. Because of why? Because it's prophecy. All right? Nothing more than the fact that it's prophecy. That the Lord has spoken to him.
This is second Ezra.
No, but where's Jeremiah 50?
Jeremiah 50 and 1. The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal it not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her,
See, the American, they worship all those ancient gods too. Okay? Go ahead.
which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove,
And that land that's coming from the north, that country that comes from the north is Russia. Okay? And it's going to make America desolate. Go ahead.
they shall remove, they shall depart, both men and beasts. In those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the
What
children.
does it mean they shall depart both man and beast? What does that mean? Any of you brothers know what that means? They shall depart both man and beast? What does it mean? Read it again. Read it again.
It says here, verse Jeremiah 50 and verse 3, for out of the north cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast.
What does that mean?
Is it every man return to their own country?
You guys agree with that? Now, when it speaks about, they're not going to be taking their horses and their goats to another country when the destruction's about to come. What that means is they're going to all die. All right? They're going to depart spiritually. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 4, and in those days and in that time, said the
Depart
Lord,
physically, as they say. And physically, and spiritually. All right? Go ahead.
the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their power. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant.
Did that happen already? Did we join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant when the Babylonians were coming into power? No. This is speaking about the new Babylon. Go ahead.
A perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people had been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountains to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
Right. What does it mean they've gone from mountain to hill? What does that mean they've gone from mountain to hill? Our people, the Israelites.
The different governments, how it says they look for Esau for help. You know, they go down to Egypt for help.
Right. Speaking about whatever government they're part of, they're looking for that government to help. They're looking for those people to help them, rather than going to their resting place, which is now by ultimately. Go ahead.
Verse 7, all that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers.
You don't think Esau knows this? You don't think Esau knows that the reason he has us in captivity is because we sinned against our power? You don't think Esau understands that? All this studying Esau did, all this it's archaeological digging and the studying of the Bible and all this, you don't think he knows that? He knows that very well. And this is why he constantly has Jake going off. All right? This is why this makes Esau more uncomfortable than anything. Not Jake with his pants sagging and the red flag on the right side, that makes him comfortable. You know? Because he understands, okay, yeah, they're going to stay in that position forever. But when he sees us rising up, get me on Revelation. You got it? Okay, you going to get it? Go ahead. Get it. Oh, you got it already? Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom, in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
That's it. All right? Go ahead.
Back to Jeremiah.
It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
That's it. All right? Because what? The Israelites were tormenting them through what? Telling them what was going to happen. Prophecies. All right? And them understanding that we are those chosen. Right? Go ahead. Matter of fact, get
11.
Ezekiel 37.
Yeah, I'm there.
And there, go read that.
It's the book of Ezekiel 37 and verse
Let's start around 10. Start at 10.
Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, a great exceeding army.
So the breath was coming into our people, the Israelites, so they're understanding the truth, all right? The wisdom, right? And they stood up a great exceeding army, meaning what? A spiritual army, that third temple. You see, Esau's looking for an actual building of a third temple. No, it's all spiritual. But you see, the Lord kept it in a book, and he hid it so that they couldn't understand it, so they couldn't destroy it. But if they understood it, they would have destroyed it from the beginning. Did not they try to devour the child as soon as it was born? Right? Did not they do the same thing with Moses? Did not the Egyptians do the same thing? So Esau would have done that from the beginning. All right? Go ahead.
Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts.
That's it. All right? That's it. All right? So ultimately, we're standing up that great exceeding army. Keep going. You got something else? What?
Revelation 11 and verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of the Lord entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right, and that's really what I was looking for too. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 50 and verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the goat, be as the he-goat before the flock. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north countries.
Yep.
And they shall set themselves in array against her from thence.
So that's going to be, Russia's going to come with its allies, man. It's not just going to be Russia, it's going to be China, it's going to be Korea, all right? Iran, you see? But they're all being protected by who? By Russia. They're all coming together by Russia, with Russia. Just like all these other, like NATO and the EU, they're coming behind America. All right? Go ahead.
From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea.
Well, meaning what? Those nuclear missiles are going to hit their targets, man. Go ahead.
And Chaldea shall be a spoil. And all that spoil her shall be satisfied, said the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyer of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as a heifer at grass, and bellow as bull. And your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed.
What does that mean? Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Brothers know? Where is that? Great Britain. Great Britain. All right? Good, huh?
Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Because most of the nations. Why is it the hindermost? Where was this written? In the east. Eastern hemisphere. So the hindermost would be the western hemisphere. All right? Not Babylon. Babylon is not the hindermost of the nation. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. Put yourself in array against Babylon round about, and ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord.
Right, and you gotta have a cold spirit on you to say, you know what, we're just gonna destroy this whole place with everyone in it. Hundreds of millions of people one time. So the Lord's gonna put a special spirit on you. Okay? Let's say he's gonna cause an evil thought on you. Go ahead.
This is the book Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 10, and it reads, Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought.
That's it. All right. So they're gonna think an evil thought to go to war and to really destroy America completely. Right? Go ahead. Because right now, what are they doing? They're really building up the USSR, right? Little by little, man. Right? Which that goes back to the beginning of that. Matter of fact, you're gonna have to jump up after that. Go ahead.
Verse 11, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest.
America. No one is more at rest than the American people, man. Right? They don't know what war is like, man. Don't tell me about no damn Pearl Harbor. That was all set up nonsense. Okay? And that wasn't even out really. That was in like Hawaii or something. Go ahead.
I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates.
Yeah.
To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhibited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gone cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land.
Yeah. So go back up. Go back up. All right. I want to deal with the hooks in your jaws.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38 and verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
So Magog is what? Where is Magog? Where Russia is.
That's right.
Okay, where Russia is today is where Magog, it was called Magog. All right, the people there are now Edomites, right? Magog and Gog used to be Japhetic people. Yeah. All right, now it's speaking about the actual Edomites that are there. Go ahead.
And prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal.
So he's against the Russians too. He's definitely against America, but he's against the Russians too. He's against Edomites in general, okay? The God of the Bible is really racist. I don't know if you know that, but we're going to let you know. All right, go ahead.
And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor.
So you have to bring that to modern day time, okay? He's not just speaking about horsemen, speaking about all, their tanks, all right? Their armored trucks, all right? Their different military vehicles. You see, their armor, their different weaponry, their actual body armor. Go ahead.
Horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields.
Yep.
All of them handling swords.
Meaning what? Weapons. Go ahead.
Persia.
Guns today. Go ahead.
Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya.
Persia. What's Persia? Iran. All right. They're tied to Russia. Okay. Ethiopia is going to be part of that. Okay. Libya is going to be part of that. Go ahead. And you'll be surprised. Those nations, a lot of those nations have nuclear capabilities as well. All right. Go ahead.
All of them with shield and helmets. Gomer and all his bands.
Gomer represents Turkey. All right. And show you that prophecy is coming to pass. Right. Turkey was part of the EU. Okay. But they left. They said F the EU, and they're with Russia. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
What does it mean, be thou a guard unto them? It means they're a defense unto these little nations, right? Like Iran. When America can't just go into Iran because Russia's backing Iran. Okay, you can't just go to against Libya because Russia's backing Libya or Turkey, so on and so forth, man. Because they have interest in those places, so they're a guard unto those people. Go ahead.
After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them.
So it's spoke about the hooks and thy jaws, right? Read that again.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Lord, power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws.
Back to what? That old Soviet spirit, okay? USSR, all right? They're going back to that because they have to be prepared for that World War III. That's getting ready to happen, man, okay? And it's not just going to start, tomorrow's World War III, no. But when it starts to be, when it's declared, a lot of things are going to happen, man. Food is going to be more, things are going to happen, man, all right? When war happens, people go through help. The people in the lands, the people that are, in these different countries, man. Don't think, okay, the war is over there, so we can live how we want to live like normal. No, it's not going to be like normal. And on top of that, the Lord is going to cause a lot of different things to happen before that. All right? Go ahead. You have something else? Go ahead.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Be your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
That's what's happening, man. They're putting all that money into the war right now. Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
That's it. Go ahead. Continue on Jeremiah. You know that, Yes. A lot.
Revelation 16, and I'll start at 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are the people and the multitude and the nations and the tongues. And the ten horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
That's it, man. All right. So even their allies are going to turn on them and devour them. Meaning what? They're going to shoot those missiles on them, man. And burn them with fire. Okay. So they're not looking to they're not going to. There's going to be a point where everyone's going to realize, listen, man, America's a problem. Okay, America's a problem on the earth. See, that's all prophecy, man. Okay. And they can't stop it. Even though we're telling them, they're not going to be able to turn it back because it's prophecy. See? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 50 and 15.
You got something? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Right, those other nations. All right? Because they're getting power too. All right? They're getting their nuclear weapons are becoming or they're creating nuclear weapons as well. Okay, go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1 and verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee, even to the border. The men that are at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, that they eat thy bread. They that eat thy bread have lain a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right, because they get rich off of America, but they're about to betray America because they're going to find out America is not to be trusted. America is just too wild. Okay? But what's one of the reasons, the main reason that they're going to go to war? Well, what has to happen before they go to war? There's really, I'm thinking of two things, right? The Apostle always speaks about one of the things.
MOTB?
The MOTB is one thing, all right? Now there's another thing, all right? Get me Jeremiah. Matter of fact, you can go to 49 and 15. Right?
Jeremiah 49 and 15, and it reads, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathens.
No, 15, 20. Let me see what it says.
Verse 20, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord,
Right.
that he had taken against Edom, and his purpose that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman.
Right, so this is speaking about the Edomites, okay? And dealing with the end times, what's going to happen? Go ahead.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Who's the least of the flock? Who's the least amongst the Edomites? Amalek. Amalek is going to draw them out, okay? So expect them microscopic cats to do something, man. All right? Expect them to do something. All right? Because if they do something, America's definitely going to back them. They're not going to bust with them. What they did to Ukraine, they're going to definitely back them. And they're so proud, they'll just do anything. Right? They don't, yeah, we bombed them, so what?
So what?
You know? And you can just tell them devils don't give a damn. All right? So when they do something, that's going to be like America, but we're going to have to go in. And that's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
So they're both going to be destroyed. Yeah. They're going to shoot them. They're going to have a missile or two for that land there. You know, the small cap land. All right, and they're gonna pelt America with this. You understand? Get me 50 and go to 45 to show you it's the same exact judgment for Babylon. showing you Edom is the one who rules Babylon. It's not Japheth. It's not the Moabites. It's the Edomites. Okay, go ahead.
Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans.
You see, it's the same exact wording that it said for Edom. It said the counsel they taken against Edom. Now it's saying Babylon, showing you Esau runs Babylon. Go ahead.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Isaiah 47. Go ahead.
Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
Right. So the least of the flock, right? Babylon being what? America. The least of the flock being the land of Israel right now. Okay, the state of Israel, I should say. All right. They're gonna draw them out, man. Okay. Go ahead.
At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations.
Right. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. Meaning what? The earth is gonna rail to and fro like a drunkard. All right. No. The earth is going to rail to and fro like a drunkard. Okay? Go ahead. Is it on there? Okay. Salakia. Read that.
You want me to start at 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of
So
Babylon.
it says the daughter of Babylon. It's not Babylon itself, but it's the daughter of Babylon. Babylon the Great. Okay? Go ahead.
Sit.
Give me Psalms of Keep reading.
Come. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
And that's it, man. Your shame is being seen. All right? They're starting, even with this thing, they're starting to see America can't be trusted. But you Edomites, you so-called white people can't be trusted. They're starting to see that too. So it's all synonymous, man. Babylon, because that's their head nation. They understand that America is really the head nation amongst the Edomites. That's why it's known as what? Basra. Okay? The capital city. That's why you had that one, God bless America. Well, you're not even American. It's Canadian. What do you care about? Because they really want to be American. They really look up to America. All right? I always call Canada mini Babylon, like, because they look up to America. Right? You got them truckers. They were so proud of that because the Americans were talking. Oh my God, our big brothers, the Americans, finally acknowledging us. Finally, all right? That's how they're acting, man. Little brothers, man. All right? But that's it. But that's okay because America's that head nation amongst the Edomites. All right? Go ahead. You got something that's gonna add in?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation 17 and 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Ooh, that's not speaking about the Vatican, bro. It's not speaking about the Roman Catholic Church like some clowns. That's speaking about America. That reigns over the earth. Right? That's why they can stop sanctioning this sanction. If you say you can sanction, imagine North Korea telling them, whoa, we're putting a sanction on you. You want to do that? We're going to put a sanction on you. We're going to laugh at them. Because they don't have that power. All right? All right? And none of you Israelites have that power. None of you, don't forget about the Israelite nation. Okay? They might just send a pocket nuke to you if you try to say something. That's disrespectful. You know, Jamaica, I'll put sanctions on you. What? So that Creole tongue, they're gonna put sanctions on her in the Creole tongue. You know? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. So there's more than that? Yeah. They laugh at you. You don't have no power, man. All right? It's America has that power. Well, in that time, we're not putting no sanctions on nobody. We're stopping rain from coming on. We're not putting no sanctions on nobody. Rain is going to stop. You understand what I'm saying to you? They're going to see the Leviathan's going to give them a visit. Go ahead, man.
Come on, verse 3. Isaiah 47 and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, so the Lord is going to come back as an angelic power, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Right.
Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms.
Right, they're starting to look at you sideways. They're trying to look at you like you're the problem. And when you look at the back of all these catastrophes in the earth, most of it goes back to America. If not all, if damn near almost all of it. Okay, most of the major ones, right? Like, let's give you an example. Rwanda, Hotel Rwanda. You watched that movie when I was a child. I was like, God damn, right? But when you look at it, America started that shit. When you really look into it, okay? So, and that's not just that. All these major things you hear about, most of it, America is at the forefront of it, man. These Edomites, okay? So you're being found out. There's a little bit more?
That was it.
All right. Matter of fact, I asked for Psalms 137.
Is it?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137, and verse 1. It says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remember Zion. Verse 7, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
So it's speaking about Edom now, right? Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Daughter of Babylon, but they call Edom the daughter of Babylon. Why? Because they're basically they're kissing Babylon's ass. It's okay, daughter of Babylon. You know, it's like a proverb, man. All right. So ultimately, Esau, these Edomites, they're really Babylonians, man. Okay. Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones.
And they actually did this, all right? They actually used to take infants and smack them against a stone till they died. Christopher Columbus did that, all right? And his men. All these Edomites that came, they act like they're all these they're just benevolent. No, they were all devils, man. You understand? But the Lord said there's going to be a recompense, man. You understand? So that show you that Esau and Babylon is not. So don't tell me the modern day Babylon the Great that's spoken about in prophecy is not headed by the Edomites. Because you have to find out where Babylon is. All right? Wherever Babylon is, the Edomites are in control. That's right. Very simple. All right? What you got, bro?
Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right, the sword being bathed in heaven, speaking about the nuclear missiles. Right, it's going to go into the outer atmosphere and come back down. And it says upon Idumea. Why? Is only Edomites going to be affected by that? No. All right? It's going to be all the people that are in the society that's joined to Esau as well. Okay? The elect is going to be beamed up. Give me Revelations 18, man. Go ahead, keep going.
Up. Verse 2 is to back the brother up. It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
That's it. All right? You have delivered them to the slaughter, man. Okay? Yeah, right.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of ram. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Bozrah.
Whoa, Bozrah, that's the head city of the Edomites. That's America. Okay? They understand that. Right? These Edomites of the spirit, they understand that America is their head city. Go ahead.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
That's it. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 11. Revelation 18 and verse 1. And verse 3. For all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And her merchants, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right, because all these other nations got rich off of America. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
So that's only the Israelites. It said, come out of my people. Who's his people? Who's the Lord's people? All right? Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. The Lord has a people. That's not everybody. So that right there is racism. And what about the Moabites? What about the Edomites? He's only looking for the Israelites, man. Okay? The children of Israel. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues.
that you receive none of her plagues, man. Matter of fact, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. But thou art holy people unto the Lord thy power.
Yep.
The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
That's the Israelites, man. That's us, okay?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, so we're above all these other nations, man. Okay? So when you look at an Edomite or another nation, you say, oh, I'm above you. That's not pride, that's the truth. Yeah, well, so down, I don't think he needs that. But,
Right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He has not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
right, because that's his people. His people are the Israelites. Go ahead. What you got, bro?
2nd Ezra 6 and 56. As for the other people, which also come from of Adam, thus I said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and I liken them the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So the Lord doesn't look at these other nations as anything. All right? He looks at his people as something. Okay? And his people have been hid from the world, but now they're being revealed. What you got?
Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by
That's
sacrifice.
a beautiful one, Arthur. Beautiful. All right? Who made a covenant by him by sacrifice? Who made a covenant with him? That show you the first covenant was for who? The Israelites. And who's the second covenant for? The Israelites.
That's right.
You don't make an agreement and then you add on, by the way, I want Tom to be what? No, we're revising it because you couldn't get it right the first time. I'm not bringing nobody else into this agreement. All right? When it speaks about the Gentiles, it's really speaking about the Israelites that lost their way. That's what it's speaking about. It's not speaking about, matter of fact, give me that Romans 11. You got it?
Real quick, no.
Good. Oh, you got a precept. Go ahead.
Malachi chapter 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Well, that's it. Okay? Oh, you could even get, what's that? Romans 13? Verse 1, is it? So we're speaking about how the Israelites is his people, right? Romans 13. I know sometimes, you're trying to find a book, and this when you try to find it, you can never see it. It's like it don't exist. Is this the revised version? What's going on here, man? You trying to find Timothy, you're like, God damn. Is there Timothy? You trying to think is there? Maybe it was Timothy. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Read that from the top.
This is the book of Romans 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but the Most High.
I'm thinking of something else. Excuse me. Romans 9?
9?
No, it's not Romans 9. Has the Lord cast away his people? I am two of us from the tribe of Benjamin. What's that? But you got Romans 11, no? Yeah, read Romans 11. You better keep track.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11.
That's it. Oh, that's it, right? Okay, right.
This is Romans 11 and 1. I say then, as Yahweh Shai cast away his people, God most high forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Well, that's it. So his people. Okay, so his people are who? The Israelites. So it says when he said that the people that have made a covenant by sacrifice, my people who have made a covenant with by sacrifice, that's speaking about the Israelites, man. Go ahead.
The Most High has not cast away his people.
That's why the Lord didn't give the Spirit to them so-called Christians, man. Yeah. Right? I'm doing the sing. Like, yo, I'm listening 10 hours later, it's still the same song. Bro, that's why people don't know nothing. They don't teach them, right? They just sing all day. They'll read one verse And they'll make a whole
Close the book.
speech off of that one verse. They ain't breaking down the verse. They only make it one verse. God is
God so loved the world.
Let me find a verse out. So I gotta make fun of these Christians. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, unbelief. I know that unbelief is around. And then they're gonna make a whole hour about unbelief.
Yes.
And then they'll read the rest, and then they'll make a whole other hour. And then the people in the church is looking, waiting for the shit to fuck up so they can go home.
Yeah.
Because they're not learning. That's why that Christianity is played out, man. That's why they gotta make a documentary, The Unspoken, which is whack. And you know you're not gonna get no answer. And who do they have in the trailer? Kwame out there, the Israelites in the trailer. Because that's what's shaking up this earth. That's what's getting the people out of it. No, they're starting to say, wait a minute, but they have the truth. Okay? So that documentary, all that's gonna do is help us. You can do nothing against the truth. That's gonna, you're gonna notice more brothers pop up. Oh, yo, I see the unspoken. I just ask some questions. And they're gonna find out even more that you don't have the answer. So thank you, vocab. We know you're behind that. We know you're in the background. Right? Thank you for all you've done for the truth. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 29 and 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed.
It's sealed, and that's what happens when you go to the Christian church, man. They can't break it down. Oh, you heard that pastor, what's his name? Trying to break down. What was he trying to break down? Was it Revelations? What was he breaking down, man? Was it Revelation the 20th chapter? Hey, what's going on, bro? You good? You all right? Yo, man, the Revelation the 18th. I don't remember what he was trying to break down. I think it was the 20th. That spoke about a serpent and the dragon. It might have been Ezekiel. I don't remember what he was trying to break down. What's going on, bro? You all right? Good. Yeah, my good to see you, bro. But ultimately, he was trying to break that down, and he completely butchered that scripture, man. He was freestyling. That was hilarious. I was crying tears, man, when I was listening. It was so funny. All right? He's like, yeah. Then he said, what did he say? He said the dragon goes back to, he's like Gog and Magog. He said Magog is China and Gog is Russia. What? Magog and Gog is the same thing. Right? And then he's like, oh, but that goes back to but it's also, the dragon is China. The only reason he's saying that is because China's like dragons. So he was just trying to associate. The Lord is not dealing with you Christians. Okay? The elder apostle always says it. The Lord is clearly not dealing with you Christians. You don't know the breakdowns. The Lord didn't give you them secrets, man. All right, go ahead. And then the part that made me laugh was the part where he said, and then the serpent was the dragon and he cut off his feet. Everyone could know that he has no feet. I'm like, oh, shut up, man. Go ahead, man. Slovakia, man. Oh, man, that was terrible. That part of me crying, man. He cut off his feet so everyone know that he has no feet and he doesn't have a leg to stand. Go ahead, man.
This is Romans 11 and 1. I say then, as the Most High cast away his people, the Most High forbid.
Right.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right, so Paul's saying that in the New Testament. The Lord never cast off his people. Right? They have something called replacement theology, right? Which says that Israel was replaced with Christians, believers. That's a lie. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 2, the Most High hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Were ye not that the scripture says of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
And that's what Israel been doing. They've been killing the prophets. And the Lord cursed them out and told them that you of your fathers that killed the prophets, man. Oh, matter of fact, get me that. All right? You would have said that we would have not been partakers with them, but in the spirit they are them. Go ahead.
But what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace that it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work.
Right, so it's not about work, it's really about predestination. All right, if you were chosen, your work, the way you work, dealing with the truth, the way you believe in the truth is based upon your predestination to begin with. Okay? The reason I'm out here is because the Lord put the Spirit on me to be out here. The reason you brothers is out here is because the Lord put the Spirit on you to be out here, man. Fervent and on fire. Okay? Go ahead.
What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election has obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
And the rest were blinded, man. Keep going.
According as it is written, the Most High has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day.
Right, so those are the Israelites who can't understand this truth. All right? Those are the Israelites. A lot of those Israelites lost their way. Get me the Maccabees too. Give me the Maccabees. All right, the first Maccabees 1 and 48. What you got? Or 40, not 48, 40. Huh?
They killed the prophets.
Yes, get that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
Right. Why would they admit that? Why would they say, yeah, we would have? No one's gonna admit that, right? Now, oh yeah, we killed the prophet. No one's gonna admit that because now you know it's written in the book that they're prophets. But before they were known to be prophets, you just looked at them like they were madmen.
Yeah.
All right. Isaiah, the things that the Lord had Isaiah do. Yo, the average person thought he was a madman. Noah, they thought he was a madman. Okay? Right? So ultimately, that's how they always look at the prophets. But then, that's what the scripture says, then ye shall know. You got that? Read that real quick. No, someone get that. I got an octopus, 10 scriptures at once.
Ezekiel.
You got it, bro. If you got it.
Ezekiel 33. 33 and verse 33. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
Right, it will come. All these things we're speaking about will come. Right? We spoke about Russia going to fight against America in a World War III battle. And we see them tensions is building up. All right? Although this is not the end, we know that there's something else that has to happen before that. Right? But ultimately, we see the dominoes setting up, man.
Yeah.
Okay? We spoke about the beast newly created. Remember that video I sent you? I don't know if you didn't get to see it, right? I'm going to show you in a minute. All right? There's a beast that looked like a fox and a jackal mixed together, but it had the body of a leopard or a horse, man. Yeah, it was weird, like a leopard. I mean, the thing looks strong and fast. It's called, Esau has a name for it, right? Right? Esau gets a name, you know, as soon as he sees, oh, well, that's a triaxicon. That's why Esau got to be put in slavery, man. He thinks he got, he acts like he knows everything, but he don't know shit. Right? Oh, by the way, it's of the wolf family. How you find that out? How do you know that? Okay? But the Lord spoke about beasts being newly created, man. So all these things that we're speaking about is going to come to pass, man. That's right. So it don't matter whether they like it or not. All right? Give me Romans 3 and 3 real quick, huh? Yeah. I'm going to say that real quick. Romans 3 and 3. All right? Go ahead, bro. There's still more on that?
Yeah, there's one more verse.
Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 23 and verse 31. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
That's it. How are they witnesses? Because of their spirit, because of what they're doing. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So the prophets are going to prophesy, right? Yeah, this one guy in the comment board, I feel like what do you say? I'm Jeremiah because my life is similar, but this guy don't have no videos. He ain't doing no work.
He said Daniel.
Or whoever he said, he's none of them. All right? Because what proves it, they will be doing work. Yeah. They will be part of this ministry. Okay? What you got, bro? Go ahead, go ahead.
Matthew 21 and 33. Hear another parable. There was a certain householder which planted a vineyard and hedged it round about, and digged a winepress in it, and built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a far country. And when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandman, that they might receive the fruits of it. And the husbandman took the servants, and beat one, and killed another, and stoned another. Again,
Speaking about what the prophets. This is a parable speaking about what Israel did to the prophets, man. Go ahead.
Again, he sent other servants more than the first. And
Because
they did,
what did the prophets do? The prophets came to tell them the truth. And they didn't want to hear the truth. Oh, they hated him that get that, Messiah. Okay? Go ahead, keep going.
and they did unto them likewise. But the last of all, but last of all, he sent unto them his son, saying, they
Who
will
was his son?
reverence.
Yahweh Shai. That's the, he said Yahweh Shai. Oh, that's the ultimate. Go ahead. And he was doing miracles, all that. They still didn't get it. They still weren't with it. Go ahead.
But last of all, he sent unto them his son, saying, they will reverence my son.
Nope.
But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us seize on his inheritance.
Why were the heads of our nation at that time, the chief priests, why were they trying to kill Yahweh Shai? What's the reason they said they wanted to kill Yahweh Shai? Anybody know?
Because he's coming to take their position.
Coming to take their position. They like the goodies. They like the position that they were in, man. All right. They were rich. They were wealthy, man. Palaces, man. All right. Caiaphas was living right beside the temple, so he was in a damn palace, man. He said, if this man come and he usurp himself, then he will take both our place in nation, right? They would take both our place in nation. Meaning the Romans would come up against them. See how that works? Go ahead, man.
When the Lord therefore of the vineyard cometh, he will, verse 39, and they caught him, and cast him out of the vineyard, and slew him. When the Lord thereof of the vineyard cometh, what will he do unto those husbandmen?
Man, what do you think the Lord's going to do when he really brings this judgment in? People don't understand. This is all a domino. Everything is being set up as a domino effect to bring ultimate judgment, man. That trucker thing, the war that's brewing, that's all affecting the prices, It's all affecting, the supply chain. And it's going to culminate to something great. Go ahead.
They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men.
Man, go ahead, man.
And will let out his vineyard.
Second Ezra 6, 9 and 9. Go ahead.
And will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen.
Get Second Ezra 9 and 9 out.
Unto other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruits in their season.
Yep.
And Yahweh shall said unto them, did ye never read the scriptures?
Oh, no, read that again. That part. Yeah.
Verse 41, they said unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men, and will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruits in their season. Verse 43, therefore I say unto you, the kingdom of the Most High shall be taken from you, and given unto a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof.
That's speaking about the Israelites. That's speaking about the Israelites who fell away from the way. All right? Because that's why every time the one that came up there, maybe, I haven't seen this much faith. No, not in Israel. Yeah. Because it was speaking about what? The circumcision and the uncircumcision. What was the main difference between the circumcision and the uncircumcision? Get me that. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Okay? There's a main difference between the circumcision and the uncircumcision. All right? Salaki, you have something? You have something else?
I got that.
You were holding something, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Amos 5 and verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
And that's why when we're out here, right? What do we see? A lot of dirty looks. They don't even know what we're talking about half the time. It's a spirit. Okay? It's an actual spirit that they're feeling. They see they might be they get a scowl on. That's my experience with demons be having that scowl on their face, right? When you deal with actual demons. All right? And they sense you're against it, they get a scowl. They make the person's face, all right? So that's what's really, it's ancient spirits.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, it's not them that hate, it's you, it's me they hate it. Get me that. All right? And read that real quick.
Romans 3 and 3.
And then you're going to finish up. There's more on that, right?
Oh, no, that was it.
No, there's no more? Okay, go ahead.
Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Right. Does that mean because they don't believe that the prophecies are not going to come to pass? No. We're telling them what's going to happen, but they're still doing it. And the elites, they know about the prophets. They watch the great millstone. They've watched it. They've seen the videos, man. All right? And they know what we're saying is true, but they're trying to upset the prophecy by setting up godhood on the earth. Transhumanism and all this, that's part of them setting up godhood on the earth. They're trying to be immortal, literally. All right? No, that was it on that. Go ahead, Mahaya. Oh, Salakia. Go ahead, Zakar.
This is Sirach 13 and 25. The heart of a man changes his countenance, whether it be good, whether it be for good or evil, and the merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance.
Well, that's it. All right. And that's what the brother from New York, he did a video saying what I learned being on post for 2 years, right? Because in the camp in New York, you know, it's a bigger camp, so brothers be holding posts for a longer time, right? So he was holding posts, and he said that one of the things he noticed when he first came into camp is how people from afar off, their face would scourge up. First they would be in La La Land, because they're in New York City, right? So they're looking at the building, but then they would get closer, and their face would get, you know, but then they would get in front and their face would kind of change back. But he noticed that a spirit came on them.
Oh shit.
So I've been seeing that since I've been out here. You know what I'm saying? From the first time I came out. Years ago I've been seeing that spirit. I noticed that spirit. Okay? Matter of fact, the first time I came and I was standing like over there, and there used to be a lot of homeless over there, and they don't know what's going on. They don't know what I'm talking about. They just know it's a spirit is against them. It's all spiritual. Oh, Sulaki, you have something?
This is the book of...
Oh, no, Mahaya was next. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 2 and verse 30. In vain I have smitten your children, they receive no correction. Your own sword hath devoured your prophets like a destroying lion.
He devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. See? Because that's why the Lord said, fear them not, I'll make your face strong against your face. So a lot of times, like Jeremiah, he was young. All right? He might have been 11, 10 years old. Imagine grown men having to listen to an 11, 10-year-old. You have to humble yourself. You have to humble. You have to be in a humble spirit. Okay? But he was cursing them out, going in. But it was the Spirit of the Lord speaking through him. Okay? And that's how the Lord deals. He deals what would be considered the base things of the earth. Okay? Go ahead, Shaquat.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 7, and verse 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth.
Right.
Because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil.
Right. The Lord doesn't hate us. The Lord hates Yahweh, the Spirit of Yahweh really. That's upon us. That's what they really hate. Okay? Think about it. Yahweh had no sin, so he didn't do no wrong to nobody on the earth. All he was doing was good, really. Healing. All right? But at the same time, he was rebuking and telling them where they were going on. And that's what they don't like. Our people hate that. Okay? You tell a Jacob about himself, he'll hate you forever. Okay? You might tell a cousin something and he ain't talking to you forever. You shouldn't have done this and that. You know? Because Jake doesn't like to be reproved. Right? They hated the light because their deeds were evil. Get that. You there already? Read that, please.
Yeah. It says here in John 3 and 20, for everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
This is the light. When we came into this truth, our deeds had to be reproved. And if you're not reproving, if you're not changing, then you're going to be found out through the Spirit. You've seen it many times before. It's always found out, man. You have to actually change, man, or you're going to be found out. It's going to be revealed. That's what the Lord said. Everything that in the dark is going to come to the light. That's a true statement, man. Look at all the witchcraft that Esau, the Edomites, have put on the earth to hide their true identity, hide who they were, hide their true intentions. and it's just coming to the surface. And they can't stop the truth. They can't stop the truth. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead with your precept.
This is the book of Job, chapter 12 and 22. He discovereth deep things out of darkness and bringeth out to light the shadow of death.
That's the spirit of the Lord, man. His eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. You see these Edomites, these elites, they think that if they do something in the dark, it's not being seen. The Lord's recording it. And then the spirit gets on certain people to make movies about it. Like Salo, that's a foul movie. But that's what they really, the elites be doing. Don't go watch the movie. You cannot stomach the truth. All right? We can only watch a review. The brothers showed me the reviews, and that was sick enough, man. Brothers have to turn from the reviews. So that's showing you how deep of sickness there is. Huh? Yeah, right. We have to bring on scripture because it was too deep. We had to get some life in there because it was too deep. You know, I'm telling you. Salo, S-A-L-O. But trust me, bro. Just look at the reviews. Trust me. I don't want to watch. But this is what the elites really do in real life. Guys, go ahead, bro.
Proverbs 9 and 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you.
Right. A lot of those people on our comment boards that are scoffers are really disgruntled people who got rebuked at one time or they heard something that cut them. So they got mad and now they're lifetime scoffers. They make 20 accounts. Fuck you. Fuck you. Bullshit. You probably got rebuked one time. All right, get sharpening in your two-edged sword. Get me that. All right. There's more on that?
Yeah, go ahead, real quick. Proverbs 15 and 12. A scorner loveth not one that reproves him.
Right.
Neither will he go unto the wise.
Right. But you see, when we reprove each other, right? If a brother tell you something about yourself and you know where you're going off, he said the water. I appreciate that. It's the water. That's how brothers move. But if you do that to a person in the world, come on. Yo, who's he to talk to me like that, yo? Who's he to talk to me like that? That's the spirit. Okay? Oh, matter of fact, they said that to Moses too. All right? Remember when Moses was trying to reprove them the two Israelites? He was like, "Oh, brother, you shouldn't be fighting. You guys are brothers." He just came to them on that brotherly love tip, you know? Yo, you brothers shouldn't be fighting. Two Jakes fighting against each other. They said, "Who made you prince over us?" So you can't do that with Jake, man. So 2/3 are gonna have to be destroyed. They can't receive correction. You got that?
Yep.
I'm gonna actually get that in a second.
Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
This is the worst thing you could do is rebuke people according to the scripture. That will stay within them. I don't care if they call themselves atheists, they're getting cut by the spirit. That's why Esau wants to stop this work. That's why you have so much Edomites. A lot of times recently you see a lot of Edomites just bugging out, right? Just coming out, that's why I can't believe that. They're literally bugging out. They're from down the street screaming. Niggers! They're going crazy. Oh, this happened a couple weeks ago or whatever, but it's just showing you the spirit that it's hurting them. There's nothing more that can hurt them more than the scriptures. Nothing more. There's nothing you could do. I don't care if we got a militia. That's nothing. They hope you do that. So they can roll on you. All right? But when you get them with the spirit of the Lord, knowing their future, knowing the end, knowing that they're being reproved, that's what gets them. That's why I said, he that is evil hated the light. How much more these Edomites, man? All right? Anyone have any precepts on that topic? Okay, go ahead. You have a precept on that topic? Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed,
yes, sir,
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Bro, they've worked so hard to push up this so-called white supremacy, which is really Edomite supremacy. There's no such thing as white people. That doesn't exist. Okay? That was created in 1681. The term white and black. All right? And they tell you that in the Malcolm X movie, the meaning between white and black. Okay? And you look at the dictionary, you'll see exactly what it means. And you'll see why they call themselves that. It's psychological warfare. All right? What does the word white mean? It means innocent, not intended to harm, pure, right? Which they're not white, they're red. Okay? which goes back to crimson, which means what? A crime. Criminals. Fugitives. That's why it says it caught you red-handed.
Yeah.
Right? Because it goes back to crimson. Crimson means crime. Right? Who was the first main Edomite family that came into power? The Borgia family. Who painted up Caesar Borgia as Jesus. They were known as the crime family, the first crime family. So you want to talk about the mafia? That was the first mafia. Okay? Although the mafia of today, those are Jakes, all right? Majority of those mafia are Israelites, right? They're going back to Sicily. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Hosea 6:5. Therefore have I hewn them by the prophets, I have slain them by the words of my mouth.
Yeah.
And thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth.
Right. And then this is the service. This is what's consuming it. All right. What you got, man?
Proverbs 29 and 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked.
Right. Now, witches that drink blood and they're doing them sacrifice. We've seen them pass by and they look. You remember that little short one? No, she was trying to. No. She's seen a spirit. Okay. So that's why it's against their spirit. Oh, and by the way, he missed a lot. He missed a lot. He missed a lot. This is like you got a cat like that. It's like like the episode. Episodes and shit. But there was these two wizards, right? These ancient wizards. I'm serious, bro. And they said they were wizards. They said they practiced. They actually said it.
All right.
But they looked at what picture did they point at? They pointed at that picture.
Right.
They said, "Who's that?" We know that. We know that spirit. No, I'm serious. They said they know that spirit.
Right.
Okay? And they said that's the enemy. That's who they say is the enemy spirit. Okay? Because they understand who Yahweh Shai is. They didn't point at Caesar Borgia. They didn't point at the so-called white Jesus. All right? They pointed at the real image of the Lord. So-called, right? Because they understood that on the left-hand side, that is who's coming to take them out of power. Oh shit, man! See, you're jumping all over the place. Now. You know what I'm looking for?
I don't know, but
Go ahead.
Luke 19 and 27. But those mine enemies. Luke 19 and 27. But those mine enemies, which were not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay before me.
Right. So there's going to be some people who are still not going to want Yahweh Shai to reign over, right? Or not fully with it, and they're going to have to be put together. Only the ones that are going to be fully with it are going to be able to survive, right? All right? Got that?
This is the book of Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 8 and 29, and behold, they cried out.
Matter of fact, go up one verse, please.
The book of St. Matthew chapter 8.
This is when the demons, because when Yahweh Shai would pass, the demons would react. That's all spiritual. The demons would react. Just like every time, bro. Most of the time, bro.
That movie, what was it, with Mel Gibson?
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of Christ.
Okay.
And he said when there was, you see the demons were called the Christ, right? You know that part?
I never even watched it. I never even watched it. I know it was a good movie, but because I was just coming into the truth, I was like, I eat him like this. You know what I mean? The false image was pissing me off, so that's why I didn't watch it.
No, for sure.
But I should watch it.
But in this thing, when he's trying to show you something, right?
Right.
It's like when he's walking, you can see the demons coming out of there.
Right. I should watch it. You know, I heard it was.
I only see the one, so I mean, I know this is.
Right. Yeah. But that's what, because back then I was, small.
It was actually a big controversy, everything.
Yeah.
Making a movie about this, that.
Right.
Jesus Christ, as they say, right?
Right.
So, people were up in arms, but he already made that movie Apocalypto, which, if you see that movie, that movie actually is very accurate about the elite. And that's why they all hated him. They want to get rid of Mel Gibson. Trying to show.
Spoke against the so-called Jews. Spoke against the small hats.
That's exactly what they showed the demons coming out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 8 and verse 28. And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way.
Right, because them demons can give you strength, man. All right? They can actually give you strength. That's why you know who you don't want to fight? You know who you don't want to get in a fight with? A damn transformer, man. You don't want to fight with those transformers, man. Those transformers be kicking ass, man. All right? Up and down the street. They think it is normal. There's an actual demon fighting with them, man.
Yeah.
All right? So they're stronger than normal. Right? They're trying to act like women. They can damn beat up with a car, man. The whole damn car. Go ahead, man.
And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of the Most High? But thou come hither to torment us before the time?
Read that again.
Verse 29, it says, and behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time?
To torment us before the time, meaning what? Are you coming to take us down when it's still our time? Meaning what? They're still ruling up until the time Yahushua comes back again. Okay? This place is dominated by demons, man, by demonic spirits. What do you think these elites are constantly doing? Constantly doing witchcraft, constantly setting up sacrifices, man, to the left-hand side. All right? Like QP. Remember I showed you that interview with QP? He said, listen, I sold my soul to the devil. He said it. Why did he do it? To get a tumor removed from his daughter's head. But he's saying how he has to constantly start setting up sacrifices, man. All right, whether it's throwing up the 666, and so you think it's nothing, right? Like you see these conspiracy theories, you might think, okay, they're bugging out now, right? But they're constantly pushing imagery out there. They're constantly doing things, okay? And he says that he gets blessings for that, but he's getting blessings from the left-hand side. But at the end, he's going to be destroyed. Right? Hold on. There's more on that? That's it on that? What you got?
James 2 and 19. Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well.
Yeah.
The devils also believe and tremble.
They tremble, man. They tremble. Go ahead.
Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against power, against the ruler of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
A miracle wickedness in high places, right? So that's what these elites are doing. A lot of spiritual wickedness to these ancient deities, which are really backed by demons. There's demons behind each of these ancient deities, right? Okay, that give them power on the left hand side. Listen, there's power on the left hand side, but the right hand side is much stronger. Listen, you want to know what the left hand side is all about? Microwave. It's about microwave, right? What is a microwave? It takes away all the nutrients from the food. It's not good for you, all right? Radiation, all right? But then dealing with the righteous side, it's like a slow cook. So it's going to taste a lot better. It's going to be better for you. All right? That's what it is. Because they're doing that to get an instant gratification. Because if you sell out right now, you can go live it up right now in this kingdom. But this kingdom's on its way out. So that would be a stupid decision. All right? Salakia, hold on, let Makai get that. Oh, there's more than that?
That wasn't me reading.
Oh, there's more than that, Salakia?
Go
What?
This is Isaiah 47 and verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Ooh, meaning what? For the inception, Esau's been into sorcery. He's been into witchcraft, man. America's and you know what? America's the top place for witchcraft. All them top witches moved to America, and they speak about how comfortable they were to do their
witchcraft.
rituals. Yeah. You see, matter of fact, that show, the Archive 81, it shows you that woman was really based on Madame Blavatsky, I believe, because that's the same shit that she did. Okay, that demon. All right, she moved to America to practice her witchcraft, and you see, like I believe she had like 10 points or different points of how to set up a new world. And everything that she mentioned is what's happening in this earth right now. Take away the power of the respect for the children to the parents, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff that she set up. Sexual liberation. All these different things that she put up is what's happening in this earth right now. Okay, because it's all based on what? Witchcraft, man. Keep going on.
Khan, if if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators.
Monthly prognosticators. What does that mean? So that's basically their prophets, man. Right? They have this system. The military is speaking about the system they have in place to predict events, right? So Esau's trying to predict things. Okay, that's their monthly prognosticators, and they have stargazers as well. All right, and they bring them to these meetings too, man. These meetings that they have, they bring them. Go ahead.
Stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
And they're not gonna. There's gonna be a point where it's not. None of that's gonna work. They're not gonna be getting no answers. All right, and they're just gonna be like, damn. It's even happening now. They're losing their grip. Right, the demons are not responding to them as they used to. Okay, so they're getting worried. That's why they're moving quick with these agendas, man. What you got? Oh, that was it on that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. 2 precepts. Yep.
Acts 19 and 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh Shai I know, and Paul I know.
Go on.
It says here, Acts 19 and 13. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits.
Yeah, took upon themselves. The Lord didn't call them. They just said, I'm going to go exercise some spirits today. Okay. Go ahead.
Took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, saying, we adjure you by Yahweh Shai, whom Paul preaching.
Paul preaching, showing you they were not really about it.
Yeah.
They were just trying to follow what Paul was doing. I want to do it too. Go ahead.
And there were 7 sons, and one Siva, a Jew, and chief of the priests, which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh Shai I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye?
That's it. So the evil spirits, they know who's who. Because those are ancient spirits. They weren't just, they didn't just were created just today. Those are ancient. They always go back to the ancient world, man. So they knew you before. Okay? Go ahead.
And the man leaped, in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them, and overcame them, and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of the house naked and wounded.
Yeah, he did some kung fu on them. All right, he was kicking them in the ass. All right.
Ecclesiastes 2 and 13. Then I saw that wisdom.
Hold on, it said they left naked and wounded, so he's beating them back, man. For you to be naked? Go ahead, man. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 2 and 13. Then I saw that wisdom excelled folly, as far as light excelled darkness.
Right. Showing you the right hand is stronger than the left. Beautiful. Salaki, you had something, Chiquat? You have something higher? Okay, go ahead, bro. Matter of fact, let's get back to them Israelite foreigners, man. But if you have a precept, read that quick, and then we're gonna jump back to we're gonna get to that publican thing.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 14, and verse 30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh and has nothing in me.
Right. Right, the prince of this world, right? The Esau, okay? And he has nothing to do with the Heavenly Father, man. He's not about the Heavenly Father. He's about the opposite, okay? I'll go ahead with the book.
This is the book of
Now,
St.
this is the main difference between the uncircumcision and the circumcision. Right? Go ahead.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 18, and verse 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous, and despised others.
That trusted in themselves that they were, because they thought it was based upon how well they kept the law. Right? Like certain people we know today. You cannot keep the law perfectly, especially in this system. Even back then they couldn't keep the law perfectly. The only one who kept the law perfectly was Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Okay? In the kingdom we will. In the kingdom we're going to be perfect as a people. Supernatural bodies, all of that. And the laws are going to be written within us. Go ahead.
Verse 10, 2 men went into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican.
is a tax collector, which is right, which is a tax collector. That's exactly what a publican is. All right, and they look down on the publicans because they were coming. They were like they looked at them like some Uncle Tom. He fucking collected taxes, but that was their job, right? And the Pharisee was someone that was like studied in the law. Okay, so they were high up on the totem pole amongst the Israelites. Go ahead.
It says the Pharisee stood and prayed thus within himself.
Yep.
Yahweh, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican.
Right, so you see the publican thing, you know, so he had that pompous attitude. Well, I'm glad I'm righteous. You know? Not like this publican. And that's his prayer that he's giving to the Lord. Okay, go ahead.
I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes
Right,
unto heaven.
so he's coming in that humble spirit, you know what I'm saying? That lowly spirit, you feel me? Go ahead.
But smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, be merciful to me, a sinner.
That's it.
I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be
That's
exalted.
what it's about, and that was the difference. These a lot of them people, the circumcision, they thought they thought they were gonna get in by their own righteousness. But the ones who were uncircumcision, they're like, yo, I know I'm effed up. I know I'm not following the ways that I should, man. Just have mercy on me, man. And that's how they came to Yahweh Shai. And what happened? They got healed, man. See? You have something?
Galatians 5 and 4, Hamashiach is become of no effect unto you, whosoever of you is justified by the law. Ye are fallen from grace. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. For in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love.
That's it, man. You gotta come in a humble spirit. All right? You have something? Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 37, the verse 18, Yahweh is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
Right. He's not dealing with those that are of a proud spirit. Those that think they got it based on their own righteousness. No, you should be sending them prayers like the publican, man. Okay? Because don't try to tell me you don't say. And some Israelites, I believe they send up prayers like the Pharisees, right? You know? Yeah, Lord. This is your son, the mighty chief. Top. I don't want to specify nobody, but you know, you guys will come in that spirit. And the Lord's not dealing with that. All right. It's more than just him. It's only a lot of these guys got that spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these guys, I'm the mighty Israelite. You know. After the laws, like they say, well, why do you join IUIC? Because they keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's how they say it too. Because they really believe that, you know. Salaki, who got it? Salaki, who was reading? Yo, you got something for it?
Ephesians 1.
Oh, get that Maccabees 1 and 42.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ephesians 1, I start at 5. Having predestined us into the adoption of the children of Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he had made us accepted in the beloved.
That's it. It's all about the grace of Yahweh Abraham. Right? Abraham didn't make it based upon his right. He made it based upon his faith. Yahweh Abraham. He was coming back. And that's really it. Listen, man. What's that? Give me Deuteronomy the 8th chapter in the first verse. Okay? Give me that real quick. Okay? Oh, hold on. Read First Maccabees 1 and 40.
This is First Maccabees 1 and verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all shall be one people, and every one shall leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
So this is what Israel was doing based upon Antiochus, man. Okay? So what were they doing? They were falling away. Get me Jeremiah 17 and 4. Okay? Go ahead.
That they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Right. This wasn't 10 Israelites. This was a whole bunch of them that was doing this because they were afraid to what? Be put to death. All right. But it's always a remnant that stands strong for Yahweh Shem. Right. It's not the multitudes. It's usually just the remnant. Go ahead.
To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And moreover, Salaka, and whoever would not...
My what? Change all the ordinances and forget what?
Change, Salaka. To the end, they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
That's it. All right? So they forgot the law. They forgot their way. Go ahead.
And whoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
And that's it. That's what happened. They were put to death. Read 17 and 4.
Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage, that I give thee.
And that's what happened. We discontinued from our heritage, especially back then. All right? There was so much of us that became in that Greekish fashion that it was like a generic term for an Israelite foreigner. All right? Or someone, a Gentile. You're a Greek. That's why it says neither Jew nor Greek. What happened to the rest of the nations? Well, it's because that was a generic term. Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
That's it. All right? So you see what happened. They fell away. Right? You found that? Profess himself no longer. Listen to the pocket. Profess himself. Okay? But that's what happened. Matter of fact, who has something that I spoke to?
Deuteronomy 8.
Yes, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day, shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy power lead thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee.
To humble thee. The reason why he led us in the wilderness was what? To humble us. The reason we were in there for 40 years and we didn't see the land. It was to humble us. Why did he allow us to fall away and discontinue from our heritage? To humble us, man. You understand that? Are you brothers understanding the concept that I'm trying to bring together here? Because the publican had the mindset of humility because he fell away. You understand? Oh, that's why Yahweh said I came to them that are sick and not to them that are whole. If you think you got it, you're not going to make it. Let's put it that way. If you think you have it, you're not going to make it. That's why no one is above rebuke. Right? And if you get your rebuke a dude who thinks he got it, you're not going to win that. It's going to be a never-ending argument. Right? So Yahweh Shai had to what? Yahweh had to what? He had to humble us by making us fall away and go into that Greek captivity, man. Go ahead.
God, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart.
Right, and through that humbling, he proved who was right, who was his. Because even though people were in that state, there was some that still believed, that still had faith in Yahweh Shai. Still had faith in Yahweh Shai. Okay? And so much so that he didn't have to go to their house. So I believe it was done. That's extreme faith, man. All right? But then you had Israelites that were of the circumcision. Yo, show me and I'll believe. Right? That's it on that thing. There's one more verse is finished.
There's one more, the third verse. Whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no, and he humbled thee, and suffered thee to hunger, and he fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not.
Why did he feed us with manna? You know what happened with the manna? The manna, you couldn't keep the manna for a week. The next day, worms would consume the manna. That represents what? That daily bread. That can go back to the Lord's Prayer. Get me that. That daily bread. Okay? What type of prayer was David putting up? Was David putting up, I'm so righteous? No, he was putting up, take out that Holy Spirit. You got that? You got something else? What you got, bro? You got that?
Yep. It says here in Matthew 6 and 9, after this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Our daily bread. Go ahead.
And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Why? Because there's a parable on that. How a man got forgiven, the steward, the unjust steward, he got forgiven, and then what? He wouldn't forgive nobody else. You got to remember, you're coming back too, right? So when you see a Jake that's off, you don't necessarily got to look at him like, yo, fuck. Remember, you were in that position too, right? So you got to kind of see where, you know, sometimes you got to kind of see, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
That's it. All right. Some more? Something else?
2 Maccabees 6 and 12. Now I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for the calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for the destruction, but for the chastening of our nation.
That's it. That's it. That's it, man. All right. You got something higher?
This is Proverbs 15 and verse 33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor his humility.
That's it. Right? So we're about to be glorified, but we were brought to the lowest point. But we didn't even know we were Israelites. Right? Right? So even in, well, that proves that this is the beast. Because in the Roman Empire, there's a lot of Israelites who didn't know they were Israelites. See, and when we were Greeks, you know, we kind of knew, but we were beginning to forget because of what? Because of the decree. Read that.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High. Verse 6, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
That's right. So we couldn't even profess ourselves to be Israelites at that time. So what is that? You start to forget. You're not going to teach your child, oh, by the way, we're Israelites. A lot of them are going to forget. They became Romans. That's why Timothy's father said he was a Greek. Yeah. Was he an actual Greek? No, he wasn't. He wasn't an Edomite. He was an Israelite that was practicing after the Greeks. You see? You got something else?
This is Romans 11 and 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead?
Yeah.
For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
Yep.
And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Right. Meaning what? The circumcision and the uncircumcision being the one, the olive tree that's grafted among them. Because what? Why? Why is it saying that? Because ultimately, where's their proof they're Israelites? They didn't got it. Where's the records? They couldn't profess themselves to be a Jew. So most of them, they didn't have the records. They were just going off of faith. You see how that works? So they were dealing with kind of the same thing we're dealing with now. You understand what I'm saying? All through the Spirit. Right? Cornelius of the Italian band. Where's his records that he was an Israelite? He was dressing up like a Roman, he was, So it was all through faith. So that's why they're saying, listen, don't be trying to boast yourself over the ones who knew they were Israelites, because you yourself, you're just coming in. Because you should be in a humble state. That's why he put you in that position in the first place, right? Go ahead.
Verse 18, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root deep. Thou will then say, the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear.
And standest by faith. Be not high-minded, man.
For if Yahweh shall spare not the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not thee.
But hold on, they're keeping the laws. The circumcision is keeping the laws, right? A lot more than you. So don't be high-minded, man, because the Lord has given you the Spirit, and to return. That's what it's saying. You understand what I'm saying to you? So this. Are we not all? Now we're all in that position. We're all in that position of being grafted back in. So there's no way we should be coming with no high-mindedness, man. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 22, behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of the Most High. On them which fell, severity, but toward thee, goodness, if thou continue in his goodness. Otherwise, thou also shalt be cut off. And they also, if they abide not in unbelief, shall be grafted in.
Right.
For Yahweh Shemel is able to graft them in again.
Right. Yeah. He's able to graft them back in again. Right? Just like you. Because you're being grafted. You, first of all, when you look at it, I believe when you look into the science of you can't graft an olive tree, you can't graft an apple tree to an olive tree. It has to be of the same stock. All right? That's why James 1:1. Give James 1:1 real quick. Whoever gets it first.
To be quite honest, I really don't know about
This is the book of James, chapter 1,
Oh, serpent.
and verse.
It's a funny little serpent.
The book of James, chapter 1 and 1.
Thank you.
James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord. James, the servant of Yahweh and of the Lord, Yahweh Shah
I
HaMashiach,
got that from Elder Yahshua. Go ahead.
to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting.
Right. To the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, man. Okay? So that's who it was written to. Man. It was written to nobody else. That's something else?
Yeah, Luke 15, and I'll start at 17.
Look at our last scriptures.
And when he came unto himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against thee, against heaven, and before thee. I am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him, and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck, and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven, and in thy sight, and no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said unto his servant, bring forth the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoe on his feet. And bring hither the fattest calf, and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to be merry.
Well, that's it. All right? Because what? Because what? He's coming back. It's a beautiful thing. All right? The angels rejoice when the elect is sealed. Man. That's right. All right? Because what? We're getting closer to that new kingdom, man. All right? And we don't even know what it really fully entails, man. We just know a piece. We just know it's gonna be. This is gonna be a nightmare, man. We get there. Right? You brothers got anything? You got anything, Shaquat? Got something else?
First Peter.
That's what I like, Ak. That's what I like, Ak.
1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Right.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where would the ungodly and the sinner appear?
And that's it. And we're turning back. You know, we're turning back. You see? So the ones that are not turning back, woo, woo, you'll meet that. What do they call it? What do they call that creature? Main wolf. You'll meet the main wolf, man. Not the secondary wolf, the main wolf. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you will edify through the Spirit. Well, you all praise you and honor to you. All right. Noble honors to the apostle, elders, and great millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you. I can out there push this word out, truth and sincerity. Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Put that L on. We'll put that in the document.